Hello and welcome to BT's The Future Is Now, the series where we look at how technology is shaping some of the companies and organisations of today and what this will mean for all of us tomorrow. Now, we have all been affected by events over the past year. Who will ever forget the joys of homeschooling and lessons online? So for this episode, that's the area we want to focus on, how technology is impacting the learning experience, and not just in a classroom, but for businesses too. Now, some of you will notice that I've finally been let out of my virtual studio and instead I'm here in this immersive classroom. It's fantastic and it's just one of the initiatives that BT is working on to make sure that technology helps people to build better digital lives. Now, we also want to shake things up a bit for this episode and let you choose what you want to watch and in what order. So either click the chapter markers below or just let the video play and I'll take you through it all. So, we are here at Production Park in Wakefield. I'm with Craig, who's from Interactive Immersive Classroom. And this is basically your office, isn't it, around us? Yeah. So can you just explain to us how this works?
So basically it's a 4-wall room. We class it as a blank canvas. And it's where we can project 360 content onto the walls from our servers.
Yeah. And you can have then a wrap-around classroom, can you?
Yes. I mean, basically, there's other companies out there that do 2 and 3 walls. We're actually the only company out there doing a full immersive 364-wall classroom.
Yeah. So what kind of content can you show?
So basically, anything that's filmed in 360. So, for instance, we could go swimming underwater with sharks. We could take children on an African safari and put them face-to-face with a lion. Or we even actually make our own 3D animations. So we could actually go on a spaceship, or we could actually travel through the human body, through the bloodstream. So the real exciting thing, what we do now, is we actually provide cameras to the schools. So the teachers and the children can actually go make their own 360 films as well.
Oh, brilliant. So they can create things to then put on your walls?
Yes.
So how do you get a lesson then from you to the classroom?
We have our own custom app where the teachers can actually then pick their lessons, plan their lessons, and then with a simple press of a button, the 5G network streams that content from our servers and then projection maps it seamlessly to the walls.
And you're partnering with BT on this, aren't you? Tell us about that.
So basically, we need a fast, reliable, robust internet connection, and that's what BT can provide us with their 5G solution. And we're continuing our partnership with BT to develop further technology within our space, but our key focus at the moment is utilising cloud-based servers.
It makes me want to go back to school. I never thought I'd say that, but it sounds really fun. Well, good luck with it, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Steph.
Now, to find out how immersive classrooms enhance the learning experience, we spoke to Jill Woodward, Education and Families Manager with North Lanarkshire Council. They're the first council in Scotland to invest in an immersive classroom. So, we wanted to find out what prompted that decision.
An immersive classroom can enhance the learning experience because it brings what is difficult for children to imagine or what's impossible for them to experience to life. For many children, there can be barriers going to somewhere like the African plains or the Northern Lights, or even somewhere more local. The immersive classroom would allow a teacher to plan that learning experience for the whole class, having 30 children here, both in the pod and outside the pod. That means that all children have the same learning experience, that no child is left without or left behind. For some children and young people, a sensory experience can be too much and can pose another barrier. Equally, so can taking those children to those types of experiences, whether that's the theatre or an art gallery. And of course, using the immersive classroom offers children and young people the opportunity to see digital skills in action, taking the theory of their knowledge and developing that for learning now and the world of work in the future. BT suggested the use of an immersive classroom and the 5G that was available within the Muirfield Centre, and they have and will continue to support our staff and young people in using this facility. Working in partnership with them, they've supported staff training and understanding how this technology can support and enhance their learning in this area and wider than that to come.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you so much, Jill. Now, we also wanted to find out more about the classroom from the people that actually use it. So we spoke to Noah and his teacher, Lauren McIntyre, to see what they think.
So when the children first come in the classroom, all you can hear is screams from outside. So the children love it from the fact that they can see the things really close up. From a sensory point of view, with our additional sport needs schools, we're doing under the sea with them, and they love swimming along with the fish in the environment.
So one of my favourite ones is about a shark, because you can actually see the sharks around you, and it's as if they're actually going to come up and swim by you, and it's extremely scary but kind of funny at the same time. I used to actually be scared because I thought the sharks would actually jump out at you. So in the future, it would be amazing if you could connect games consoles to the immersive classroom, and then you could play against your best friends online in a room 3D.
So I'm here now with Helen Slinger, who is from the BT Education team. And it's a relatively new team, isn't it, Helen? So why did BT decide to set up a specific education team?
So our purpose at BT is to connect for good. So whether that's connecting hospitals to help sick people, or connecting homes to stay in contact with their loved ones, connecting learners to enable enhanced learning outcomes was just the next progression.
I mean, it's so important, education. So tell me more about what you're doing.
So it's all about digital transformation in education. And what that means is you're going to use technology to really improve learning outcomes, but also to improve the operating of your school or college, so you're more efficient and more cost effective. And we know that schools and colleges need help to do that, and that's what we're here to do.
So all of this, though, was planned before the pandemic, wasn't it? So how has this affected what you're doing?
The digital transformation, which was already on schools' agendas, suddenly became their absolute top priority, because they needed to be able to enable young people and learners to be at home. So things like one-to-one devices, that's where each student in the class has their own device, and cloud technologies, which are really collaborative technologies on platforms in the cloud to allow that learning, just became the most important thing in the school overnight. So those technologies were adopted much more quickly. And what we saw was technology was being adopted in days and weeks, rather than what in another period may have taken years to do.
Suddenly, everything was fast forwarded, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
You mentioned the cloud there. So how important is it to all of this?
The cloud's absolutely essential. So with the cloud and cloud-based applications, along with devices and really fast, secure internet connectivity, are key building blocks to deliver brilliant personalised learning experiences for young people. So whether kids are learning at home, or whether they're learning in the classroom, or a hybrid of the two, with the technologies, they can work seamlessly wherever they are. And there's advantages for teachers here too, that they're not having to carry great big bags full of books backwards and forwards.
So you're saving the teachers' backs of the nation.
Absolutely.
So based on what you're saying, it sounds like a lot of this should continue. What are you putting in place to do that? And I guess, what's the future of learning going to look like?
Yes, I think the near future of education looks like a device being in the hands of a student as ubiquitously as a pen or a pencil is. And then I think what we'll see is the use of technology in lessons won't just be in the ICT lesson, it'll be in every lesson. And it'll be used to really enhance that learning experience and embed the learning. It's not just about new technology, it's also about how you get more from your existing technology. And we're really well placed to help schools understand that and to partner with them on that journey.
Can I ask you about enhanced learning and the impact you think it will have on businesses and organisations outside of the classroom?
Learning in business and in education is pretty much the same thing. We just call it training. Mm-hmm. So whether you're doing your training online, with your own device, wherever you want to be, you can see how that'll be more cost effective and a better use of resources. Plus, technologies such as immersive classroom can be used to create realistic environments that otherwise would be costly and impractical, like emergency evacuation procedures on oil rigs, fire drill training, and scenarios in the military. When you add to that smoke and noise, you can see how it's a really enhanced experience for learning in, whilst remaining practical and scalable and safe.
Helen, thank you very much. Really interesting. And to see what it was like for myself, I had a go. Wow, this is amazing. This is so realistic. It's actually quite scary. It really makes you feel like you're there, doesn't it? And you can see how this would be really effective in training. It's fantastic. So you mentioned earlier about how all this emerging technology will be able to enable us to do more remotely. Do you think that is the future of business then? Will we be doing everything remotely?
I think businesses have had to rethink established business practices, such as working from the office 5 days a week, and adopt more hybrid working.
Yeah, so tell me more about hybrid working then.
Hybrid working is where people are being given the equipment, devices, security, connectivity to work from wherever they need to. So whether that's at home, in the office, or anywhere in between, they can work seamlessly when they need to and at the times they need to.
Yeah, so you can really see how this technology is going to help to shake things up in terms of how we work.
It can, but it isn't the technology that's the ultimate disruptor. It's the people, and it's how the people use this technology and adopt the technology to change the way they work, rest and play.
Helen, that's fascinating. Thank you very much. So we've seen how technology has the power to enhance learning and make it more accessible and empower people to transform the way we work in the future. I hope you found it as interesting as I have. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Right, I think that sun lounger's got my name on it.